This is Suzanne Wagner. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the Labor Day weekend. Yay! The end of summer. Hopefully maybe the end of quarantine, but I don't know. Anyway, we are doing the numerology and the astrology for 9/5/2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 18. If you add the 1 and the 8 together, you get the number 9. So the 9 is about completion. It's about intuition, psychic ability, mysticism, and magic. You've heard me talk about this probably many times before. And the 9 is, like the end of the cycle. And there are cycles in all of life. So times of chaos, times of calm. What takes work is in the times of chaos to be able to cultivate calm. To do that, you have to feel complete within. That is why today the number 9 and completion asks you to seek that which allows you to feel complete, at peace, and whole. What works for me is to not look at myself first, but to look at others and how the presence of others in my life impacts me in ways that are helpful, important, and caring. When I see the love given out and the care and the time generously offered, it warms my heart, and then I know that this world is in a good place. And as long as there are good, kind, loving, and caring people in the world, then this world will somehow continue to thrive. And if that is the case, then we too can survive. Life is always about procreation and giving into the next generation those things that they will need to survive after we are all gone. It is always about passing down those skills, genes, wisdom, and tools that were essential to our growth, and hopefully the next generation will improve on our abilities. Today, how could you do that piece better? How can you consciously take a look at what's going to be essential for those future generations, then figure out how to gift that to them in a way that allows them to run with this information and skill? Believe in the future generations. They hold abilities and tools that we do not. They can and will improve on who we are and what we have accomplished. Then they will leave their legacy behind, and the process will continue. The astrology today. There is a shift on Saturday because Mercury moves into Libra and will be there until the 27th. Hopefully this will improve relationship communications, crossing our fingers. Know that Mercury will be retrograde in Scorpio and Libra October 13th through November 3rd. Diplomacy counts, and being kind and friendly can really make a difference in the world. Think before you speak. Words matter. Look at both sides of an argument, even if you prefer a particular slant. There is a feeling of seesawing right now in our choices and in the world, so try to roll with it. Quick decisions will not come easily. There are too many variables to be certain. It is better to wait, watch, and withdraw from heated exchanges. Be reasonable and learn to listen to the intentions of a person rather than their words. I find most people are not as skilled at choosing proper words that reflect what they are feeling. That is why you need to feel into that person rather than just listen to their words. Be independent and move from a place that you can do it. Confidence will get you far if you believe in yourself first. My quote for today: if you believed in yourself, you would not want to emulate another. If you believed in yourself, you would see past the facade of another. If you believed in yourself, you would not compare your beauty to another. If you believed in yourself, you would see the divinity in everyone. And I didn't write out my blog today, but my blog for today is about a friend of mine who adopted my stepdaughter's puppy. And it's a great dog. It's an awesome dog. It's an amazing dog. And this dog, of course, in classic dog fashion, ate something probably on the beach that it was not supposed to eat, and then started unbelievably vomiting all night long, nonstop, a day ago. And this poor friend of mine was just doing everything that they could in the middle of the night to make this dog comfortable. And we've all been there if we've had dogs, and the projectile vomiting, and the dog is totally miserable, and they go and climb up on your bed because that's the safe space, and then they vomit on the bed, and so you're just dealing all night with this problem, and you're not mad at the dog because the dog is miserable. They're so incredibly unhappy, but it's really hard. So the next day, of course, he took her to the vet, and then there was like this inconclusive thing that maybe she had eaten something that had damaged her kidneys, and what if she was not going to be able to recover, and in classic dog owner fashion, he was devastated. I mean, he adores this dog, and we all adore our animals. They're like a part of our family. And so he calls me, of course, distraught and worried and concerned, and I'm frantically pulling cards. And this is one of those moments where you realize that the cards can be so accurate, because it's hard when you're attached to an outcome to get an accurate answer. So I'm trying to not be attached, even though I adore this dog and I want it all to work out, right? So I'm trying to figure out how is the best way to do this. And I'm asking the question, and over again, you can see that the cards say, the dog is suffering, the dog is struggling, the dog is having a hard time, the dog is depressed, the dog is sad, the dog is lonely, it's in the hospital, but I'm not getting death cards. And, there's some bad death cards in the tarot. And so I'm looking for those, not that I want them, but I'm looking for them, right? And because I don't want to say something positive when something terrible negative is going to happen, right? So, they got the dog hydrated. They have had the dog for 2 days and stabilized her and given her bucket loads of antibiotics. And sure enough, her kidneys have recovered and her phosphate levels have gotten to normal, and she's improving. And, and it's just this enormous sigh of relief for him, for me, because, you love these animals. I mean, I picked this puppy out of the litter and I said, this is your dog. I know you can say no, but this is your dog. And it was definitely his dog. So I throw that out today because I love the fact that the cards were right, that she was miserable and she was struggling, but she was going to be okay. And so that's just such a positive piece of information today. And I know that for people who are not animal lovers, it may seem less critical and less important, but to me, it's a validation that the tools do work if you use them with real heartfelt intent. And obviously I wanted to make sure that it was going to work for him. Right. So, and the dog, obviously. So anyway, so that's my blog for today. And I hope you guys have a great Labor Day. Bye.